into this week's episode of Untold Stories, a weekly D&D game set in the world of Elvoria. We're back with these wonderful humans. Bryn should be joining us soon to roll some dice, attempt some questionable accents, and hopefully tell a decent story. Top of the list of things, Vecna's Book of Our Darkness is now an Electrum bestseller. Thank you everyone who has bought it and enjoyed it and told us where we made typos. We have since released an update. But no, that's a really gratifying achievement for all the work that went into that book. For myself and the rest of the press team. There is a Roll20 conversion in the works for the book as well. Hoping to have it out by the end of this year, but we'll see where we get to. As always, if you're interested in the classes being played by most of the party, you can head over to the DMsGuild and pick up the Reimagined Classes for yourself for the Barbarian, Fighter, Ranger, and Sorcerer. All purchases go towards upgrading equipment, which Black Friday deals, upgrade equipment. And always, any NPC art that you see during the game comes from Erin Angelini's Art Venturing Guild on Patreon, and the character art in the graphics comes from @LiveDoodles on Twitter. So if you want to find out more about it, go check them out. Links and stuff will be in the comments. With those announcements out of the way, it is time to continue telling our story. Having fended off Big Mama and had some intense heart-to-heart conversations concerning the actions of the group in that fight, you had pushed on further into Ysra Wood on the trail of Fiddler, eventually coming across a small lodge or campsite where various fishers and hunters who make use of Ysra Wood occasionally camp during their longer excursions into the woods. You found it empty, but did gather up some supplies for yourselves. You also found a map of the wood, which included some marked out territories of some local denizens that you, at the time, hadn't interacted with, and a logbook which contained a variety of interesting recent events. You decided to add your own notes to this logbook, including a honestly terrifying "Tabitha is here" line, and a smiley fish. That's going to haunt someone when they come back to this place. Deciding not to linger though, you made haste with your journey, only slowed down by a patch of boggy ditches, which some of you decided to fall in. And one of you was remarkably calm despite being dragged under by some sentient plants. Eventually, though, you did near some ruins at the heart of the wood that you had seen on that map previously. The sound of voices speaking a dialect of Draconic and another unknown language caused you to approach with caution, hiding amongst the brush, whereby you saw a group of lizard folk and another group of troglodytes engaged in a rather fierce exchange of words, only for the tension to be suddenly broken by an instinctive javelin throw from one of the lizard folk as a troglodyte surprised them coming around the corner. And in that moment, from where your hiding place, you see this javelin sail through the air and collide with the troglodyte that lets out a guttural yell of shout and pain, and all hell breaks loose as what had been a tense argument engages into a full-on brawl. Weapons are drawn, javelins are thrown, and battle ensues. You are barely hiding 20 feet from the edge of this. What do you want to do?
Just saying, if we let them, kill each other, we can get the troglodyte bits we need and not have to fight anything.
Yeah.
If we jump in on the lizard folk side, we can at least potentially try and communicate with them, and we'll have a sort of, "Oh, we helped you with this, you help us now," sort of situation.
I do think we could do with some allies these days. People who like us, very few of them at the moment.
Okay, but if we see which way it's going, if the troglodytes are overwhelming them, then we can help the lizard folk.
Yeah, we can wait until someone is winning.
Yeah. See which side's going to win first.
Yeah. And then we jump in.
I mean, I don't think we're going to be on troglodyte side either way. And maybe we try and sneak around behind them. And we can two-prong attack them, maybe.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Why don't we want the troglodytes to win?
Because we
They're
want.
stinky and awful.
We also want the troglodyte blood,
Yeah.
and we can't speak to them.
And it's
Yeah,
just get blood out of something in a consensual manner quite a lot of the time.
If they were winning and we helped them in the end, we could just be like, do you mind if we take some of your corpses with us?
Hey, Darren, I've just killed a bunch of your friends. Do you mind if I take their corpses with me?
I think while that's completely acceptable down in the south, up here in the north, they're kind of weird about that. They like to keep their corpses. So I think while this is a completely good idea.
While you're having this conversation, can you all roll stealth checks, please?
Yeah. We're obviously whispering. This is
How
all
loudly are we having this conversation?
You are 20 feet away,
That's very far away, and we're whispering.
and some of you are brightly coloured.
I got a 7.
It's not a super high DC, to be fair. They are quite distracted by trying to kill each other. That's a 7 from Ximori, okay.
18.
I got
15.
Aderyn?
14.
Lesley?
14.
Tauri rolled badly, but still fine. You all are successfully keeping your voices hushed. Thankfully, the sound of battle does quite drown you out quite well. At the minute, it appears to be fairly even. Tell you what, Emma, roll a d6, Crash roll a d6.
Woohoo.
Wait.
In a moment there of what is a d6. Remember?
Cheek
I also
play.
got snap.
High five.
5. As I say, it's quite even as you see a lizard folk with a shield of crocodile, hardened crocodile skin, and a rather brutal looking axe just bury their axe in the collarbone of one of these troglodytes and crumples in a heap. While this larger troglodyte, the one that had been having more of the contentious argument, has leapt towards the what looks like leader of the lizard folk, and the two of them are wrestling, trying to cause harm to each other and just raking long, crusted and stale water encrusted talons across this lizard folk's chest, and battling them off as the fight continues.
So, sneaky sneak.
So,
Sneaking?
Sneak around the back of the troglodyte group.
Okay. Do you want to switch to Owlbear Rodeo to manage your way through this combat?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you are all currently hiding at the top of this map in the bush. As these lot have rushed in to try and kill each other.
Yeah, no, it's not them. Oh, check.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. But now you won't roll initiative as you're kind of acting as a group. What are you doing?
I think we all want to sneak around to get behind these troglodytes, don't we? Yeah.
Okay.
We want that pincer movement.
Okay, feel free to start shifting yourselves around, and I'm going to roll some perception checks for some troglodytes.
Are we doing a round by round movement, or we just move ourselves?
Yeah, round by round for now. Because you are stealthing, you're obviously at half speed, but you can dash to therefore move at 30.
Yeah. Dash stealth.
It's not
Who
good.
is
And
this?
can you all roll stealth checks for your movement, please?
It's not great, but it's better.
Roll fairly. Love. Aderyn. 3. Balrick.
16.
Lesley.
Then I move, so
21.
move yourself 30 feet.
21. Togrim.
12.
12. Ximori.
7.
7. It comes down to Tauri's roll. Saves you. Even 3-3 split on success and failures goes your way due to the fact that they are somewhat distracted as you successfully move around. There's a moment where one of these two lizard folk over there do kind of notice something moving in the bush, but before they can even act it, they're suddenly like fending for their lives, trying to fight off this troglodyte and continue their way around.
Can someone move my little icon? Because I can't seem to interact with it. Thank you.
Why are you so cursed with Albert?
I don't know. It hates me.
You've successfully kind of started shifting around as these battle lines ensue. Can I have Sarah and Steven please roll a d6 each?
3.
4.
4. The lizard folk begin to gain the upper hand as troglodyte is stayed. But the chieftain has been taken a bit of a battering and looks a bit wounded at this point. At this point, Ximori, that feeling of needles in the back of your head is getting hot. There is a stench on the air of copper and iron mixing with sweat and a concept you can't quite grasp. As
It's Leslie's masculine odour.
Oh no, I'm being taken in by Leslie's masculine musk.
Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh dear. Many
Have failed this.
That is a flat modifier, so 13.
13. It's a hot itch in the back of your head, but Balrick's ears and quarterstaff are ringing in your mind, and you're hanging on for now, but that there's something pulling you towards the center. You keep going?
Yep. How deep are the trenches?
How deep are what, sorry? The water trenches. They're not that deep. They're a little tricky for Togrim. For most of you, they come up to about knee height. But for Togrim, obviously, it's kind of lower chest.
Where is Pebble?
I assume he's just right next to me, basically.
Yes. Picking up with you, trying to sneak around this ensuing battle of screams and blood. Are you continuing your stealth around?
I would like to stealth across the river if possible to try and get behind the tree that's like. I want to still stay hidden, but if I can try and get behind this tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make me a stealth. Yeah, make me a stealth check. This will actually be contested, rather than just against passives.
Oh, that's fine. That's 25.
Yeah. You successfully manage to like slink low in the water, like it comes, like you deliberately like, almost get your shoulders in there and move up close to reach that point.
And what I want to do is I want to knock an arrow and ready an action to if any one of us is seen or the troglodytes start, not the lizard folk, I'm not as bothered about them, but if the troglodytes fire at a troglodyte that notices.
Fire at a troglodyte if they notice you. Gotcha. Cool, what's everyone else doing?
I am going to take my actions, just like shove my hands into the mud here and just kind of smear it over my face,
Okay.
into my nose, just trying to block out the smell for one thing.
Okay. Give me a
Partially hiding and partially trying to block out the smell and keep myself grounded.
give me an intelligence check.
That's very Ximori. That's a 6. I'm at minus 5.
You've thrown some mud on your face. It may help.
And continue slinking.
Cool. Head around. Everyone else?
And half speed.
I'm gonna try and follow Balrick because
Okay.
right. So I'm gonna try and sneak over to him.
Make me a stealth check.
Better than Ximori, who's just splashed mud on his face. On their face.
You should be proud of me, Balrick, because I just rolled an 18.
Thanks.
Ooh.
I'm gonna. If I nudge to the spot on my left behind the tree so that you've got cover, like say like, oh, you got cover here.
Is that your left?
That's my right. My left is like the one that's in front of it there.
Cool. You are successfully following Balrick's lead, muttering under your breath that you hate how water-stained your dress is going to get, but in the back of your mind, you're at least conscious of you can easily clean this. But yeah, this water is brackish. There's like a thin film of algae across it, and it's very still. It barely moves of its own accord. But you successfully managed to make your way across without being spotted as these creatures continue to wail on each other.
I'm gonna use my action to prestidigitation my dress.
I was like, you could ready an action, you know, if someone spots you, you could blow someone up, you could shoot an elbow.
Clean dress.
Clean dress.
Laundry services.
I don't want to attract bugs. It makes sense.
Can troglodytes smell nice smelling things?
As much as they can smell anything else, I guess.
Yeah.
The troglodyte, do nice smelling things repulse them? Maybe that would be a thing.
Lesley, Tauri, and Togrim, what are you doing?
Oh, I was just loading up Owlbear Rodeo.
No worries.
I'm gonna stay where I
How are
am.
we doing for a turn? Loading up Owlbear Rodeo?
Yep. I'd like to load up my owlbear, ready to rodeo.
I'm going to kind of move to the edge of this, like, tree
Yeah.
thing. And then stay there. I'm staying the other side of the water for now.
Very square river.
Square structure.
Can I actually get Pebble to like sit down in front of me and post up with my crossbow, like pointed over his ears, so we've got half cover from him?
I would also say Pebble gives you the help action with your shot at that point. It's steadying your aim.
Awesome.
I think that's reasonable. That's Pebble's action.
Pebble is
Cool.
both cover and helper. That's amazing.
And a stabilizing mount.
All-terrain combat vehicle. I love it.
What does Pebble actually stand for?
Oh, fuck knows.
That's the
See,
only
you go away and figure that out. Let's see what you do.
Acronym.
Leslie's going to use the amazing Pythagorean rules here to.
Chris will do the
Sort
maths,
of-
don't worry.
So we're going across this little like area.
Yeah.
The angle's not good. And then long way round. So we're trying to sneak down to here.
Okay.
How do I get a pointer? But as an action, no, I don't want to draw. Point.
How much movement does that cost you?
Teardrop.
Should be 30.
Okay, fine. I'll trust you.
That's if you want to be sneaky, it's half movement, he said.
Yeah, but
Is that right?
yeah. So you can action dash to move your regular speed, but at that point you don't have your action to do anything else.
Yeah, I see.
Or you could not be stealthy.
No, Leslie's a subtle man. Oh, maybe it's not.
You could get to that island, the little island bit. Maybe.
Yeah, I can get there anyway, but not with
Yeah.
half movement.
Where were you before?
No, you were around where Tauri is now.
Yeah, just a
So-
little bit north of Tauri.
You would still be in the water if you moved at half movement, but you would be behind the tree.
Alright.
Come join us.
Yeah, I want to be with Dad's. Dad squad.
I have an acronym.
Literally on top. From the look of it, literally on top of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Leslie's doing the
Why-
whole.
why not?
What are we doing, guys?
Very good. Make me a stealth check. Stealth check.
I'm a stealthy fucker.
They're
Let's
being
do
very
this.
consistent with their perception rolls, these lot, I must say. Very middle of the road.
Sweet, 13.
13, that is enough. Again, there's a moment where this lizard
But Lesley is letting his like brackish water slop all over Aderyn's like freshly prestidigitated dress. Sorry, love.
Splash,
Cool.
splash.
You end up there. This lizard folk number 3 does like amid all of the swings, the battling with the troglodyte that they are doing, jamming in like their bone spear into it, does kind of like notice something like out the corner of their eye. Like there's a moment's hesitation, but again they're too distracted in the middle of the fight and just get back into swinging while the troglodyte like rakes across their face and draws like 3 blood marks across the snout of this lizard folk.
Sorry, I would like to have held an action to dash into the fray towards Trog 3.
You're holding the dash, yeah?
Yeah.
I think that's everyone. Tauri, did you want to do anything on your turn other than that move?
Nope.
Cool. In that case, can I have Andrew and Bryn roll a d6, please?
Yeah. 6.
Andrew?
5.
5. The troglodytes are beginning to get the upper hand as you see one of these brawny lizard folk with the shield get dragged down by these 2 troglodytes and ripped apart. You see flesh chunks getting thrown up into the air as this guy falls. The chief is getting pushed back by this champion, and this lizard folk also gets pushed down. But this troglodyte, this lizard folk who's kind of been, you think, like noticing you guys, but not enough to really care, manages to break through the guy who slashed him across the face, just jam the spear up into the ribs, and you hear as a couple of ribs break as they then move forward to engage further. What do you? Back to Ximori. There are now multiple. You have noticed, even with your questionable passives, there is something pulling you to notice all of the deaths that keep happening. Your attention is drawn left and right as you see bodies taken down, and that one large one that gets ripped asunder, you start to feel that hot breath just over one shoulder past that ear as that pit in your stomach just suddenly feels emptier than ever. And you just feel the fangs in your jaw grow and begin to just pierce your bottom lip. Can you make me another wisdom save, please? And also, Bryn, can you possibly put headphones in, because I'm picking myself up on your mic.
Sure, I'll be back in just a second. Yeah, it's just cool.
18.
18. Just shake free of it. Manage to hold your will for now, but there is a stench of death on the air, and there is a longing to get involved that you are staving off. You're free to act on your turn, as is everyone else.
I think I'm just like basically on all fours, just like crawling. How tall are these walls? Are they like rubble on the ground, or are they?
They're largely rubble on the ground. Like they're no more than waist high. The tallest is probably chest height, and there's scant few of those, like maybe on corners.
Waist high will do for what I'm basically just on all fours, just. 7, 8. So use my action to dash.
Cool. Give me a stealth check.
Natural 20.
Yeah, they have disadvantage on this.
22.
You're behind them. They're in combat. They have no clue that you're there.
Slinking through the water like the horrifying panther I am.
Can I roll an insight to see if I'm noticing all this that's starting to occur, like Ximori's?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I mean, he nearly killed me.
Yeah.
I'm on edge for it.
Entirely reasonable.
17 plus stuff. I don't know if you want to roll against it or something, but
That's
I
fine.
doubt Ximori's trying to hide it.
30-20.
Like with that knocked arrow, you see like the shape moving through the water of Ximori, and like the way that they're moving through, they're not wading through normally. They are prowling through.
My face is like partially under the water. There is no bubbles because I am not breathing. It's just hunt.
And you're seeing like the shoulders rise up and down as like deep, tense breaths are being taken.
I'm gonna move forward in front of Aderyn so that like I am more in front, keeping my arrow knots. I'm still gonna keep that readied action just in case we are noticed. And I'm going to, as I pass Aderyn, just go. Can you go check up on Ximori? I think he's close to turn. If you can speak at him, try and calm him down with your mind. Carefully. I don't think he likes you going in his mind, but if you can just try and speak to him and make sure he doesn't flip. And you can't go behind a wall or anything. If you can just try and get line of sight on him. Oh my god, I lost my accent. Isn't it? What? Sorry. All of that's supposed to be said. Imagine all that with a Scottish accent.
Done.
Oh my god, Balrick's been faking their accent.
No, Ximori stabbed the accent out of me. He hit the Scottish gland, you know?
I stabbed you, Southern.
I stabbed you. You calling me Southern? My normal
No, I'm
accent.
saying you've gone from Scotland down. I've moved you down the country.
Whacked you so hard you moved south a couple hundred miles.
He stabbed me across the border.
I keep going and get you to receive pronunciation at any rate.
Never.
I will
You
make
keep going so hard, he eventually becomes French.
Yeah, Adam, if you can just try and speak to him.
Stab the English out of you.
Keep him present.
Okay.
What does anyone else do? You're acting as like a group, so you can go
Yeah,
whenever you want within your group.
Okay. I will I'm gonna try and walk towards the corner of the wall so that I can at least see where Ximori is.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
So based on the route that you take, I think you don't need to roll stealth checks right now. They're fairly well distracted.
I'm gonna speak to Ximori in his mind and just kind of go, Ximori? Are you okay?
No, yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Do you want to come over here so that if anything happens, then we can help?
I think at this point I realise you're not just next to me talking and you're actually talking at me from a distance. It's like...
I don't want them to hear us. Just come over here.
And on my next turn I might.
Reasonable. Lesley, Togrim?
I'm waiting for someone in our group to attack. I'm
Yeah.
holding my action.
Holding there. Roll me a stealth check, because you're relatively exposed.
Pebble just unfolds into a gun turret while they're waiting.
12.
12. Okay. And so right now, the fight has got so intense that they're not really looking out for any other combatants, so you're doing relatively okay with, unless you instigate anything. But it's worth bearing in mind if things change. Lesley?
Yeah, it looks like the lizard folk have this, so Leslie's quite happy to just sit back for a bit. A little bit worried about Ximori. But I guess actually Lesley probably wasn't paying attention to them. So maybe they're not so worried about Ximori.
I'm gonna make a good stealth check.
Yeah.
Probably more a bit annoyed that Les has come over going, hey guys, and they've both gone, nope.
Yeah, a little bit. Like,
Balrick's still
what's the
there.
deal, gang? Yeah, but Balrick, there's actually going to be slightly... It's not... I'm hoping there's still cover moving a little bit closer to Balrick, but mainly,
Just keeps nudging away, like.
yeah. Look,
Balrick's there trying to line up a shot, and Lesley just keeps knocking into them.
but also to get a better line of sight. I actually don't know how tall troglodytes are.
They're all about your normal human size.
Wow, normal human size.
Wow,
Just a skeppin.
you're 6-foot monster.
All right.
Normal
The main like uncomfortable nature with them is their arms and legs like are longer than they should be. Like
It would be worse if they were
very
shorter than they
small
should be.
torso.
the torso is quite condensed, but the limbs are nice and long, and like the fingers are really long, and the nails are long. There's a lot of length to them.
They're gangly. Real gangly.
I mean, I will say the official D&D art for a troglodyte. There's a little bit too much.
Too much. Let's see. Let's derail this a little bit.
Just gonna make a
Look,
quick
I'm just saying.
for this.
They didn't need to give them those pectorals.
Where is it? I mean, he's got ribs.
Oh, maybe. Leslie's moving closer for other reasons now.
So you just lied.
That is swagger, that is.
Like the only
Yeah, it's
sentence
really
for
like-
them is violent and ever hungry, troglodytes squat in the shallow depths of the Underdark, perhaps the most loathsome of all humanoids, and then that's the art.
Well, Gethin, you think squat means that they like live there without like paying rent, but squat, they're literally just there like what? That's
Why
why they're
is he
looking
giving
like
us
that.
that stare?
All squat.
What's with the smouldering eye contact?
Halfway into Netflix and chill, and she gives you that look.
Jeez.
Oh. Sorry, Gethin.
No, that's fine. I've had my beef with troglodytes before.
Beef.
Yes.
If you want the comparison, this is lizard folk.
And yet only one of them is a playable race.
Yet both potentially hot. They both have pectorals.
5th edition monster manual, people.
Beefy arms.
That's a cool ass
Yeah.
shield.
The tortoise shell.
Yeah, with the spikes. Oh,
Chris is coming back to the lizard folk when Balrick dies.
I'm not.
If Balrick dies.
Ulrich's not gonna die.
Glad you caught it. Tauri, did you want to do anything on your turn, or are you staying there?
I'm just going to draw my crossbow, and other than that, I'm just staying hidden.
I am going to remark that it is incredibly entertaining that you went into this and just went, we're going to sneak around the side. That lasted a round.
Well, I didn't expect.
I
the-
snapped.
It went around, Ximori kept to it, and you lot went,
It worked.
We're gonna sneak slightly to the right and then prepare an ambush.
We are behind-ish. Rugby
Oh,
if
is
they were
that-
rugby players, they
I'm
could
guessing
pass.
the hat is Aderyn.
If they were rugby
The hat
players,
is
they could
Aderyn,
pass,
you're the
but we
loot.
are behind them.
I knew I was the loot, but for some reason I hadn't twigged that Aderyn was a hat.
because according to Albert Rodeo, the hat is the sorcerer.
I think you should just give Aderyn a different one.
Very witchy.
She would look good in a hat.
Well, at some point, maybe we'll have art that's usable on this. Our like official art isn't really workable as tokens. You get lost in the detail. We'll
Ooh.
see. Maybe someone will make logos for all of you. I don't know. It's not going to be me. I'm busy. Anyway, I don't know who started rolling d6s. I think it was Chris
Me
and
and Emma.
Emma. Cool. Can you two roll d6s again, please? To see how
Oh,
this
yeah.
fight is going. 6 for the troglodytes.
Oh, I didn't realize I was rolling for the troglodytes.
1 for the lizard folk. It is going badly for the lizard folk.
no.
Oops.
And
We should jump in.
these two troglodytes leap and just massacre this lizard folk before descending further down here. This one attempts to go rally to help save their leader, and these continuing to battle, and this troglodyte is holding its own. But the tide seems to have turned, and the troglodytes are sensing blood. Ximori, we start with you.
Talking of sensing blood.
Create the makeshift turn order regardless.
There is, when it comes to Ximori in this instance. Ximori, as more and more dying, those needles are turning into daggers in the back of your mind, pulling down into your neck, and the whole feeling is of pain and blood, and the only thing that's going to satiate it and make the pain stop and you feel your hand going down to your axe and like loosening the strap on it, and you just feel your hand beginning to wrap around it as your muscles begin to tense into that predatory leap. You can feel that heartbeat in your ears, and your tunnel focuses in on this group of disgusting humanoids and lizard folk. Make me a wisdom save, please.
14.
14. Just succeed. Take whatever turn you wish.
I'm just like, my eyes like, I'm looking over to Aderyn, like, and my eyes are being pulled slowly around to the side.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And with how I'm feeling, I'm worried about getting much closer to Aderyn.
I will say, it is purely the wisdom save that has to happen first. Anyone can jump in and go before Ximori if they think that Ximori's going to do anything. Ximori doesn't have to act first in this instance. Only if they failed did they have to act first.
What's the distance and period of distance take?
These walls here,
Yeah.
how large are they?
Those ones are the tallest points, some of the tallest points of this. Like, they're
Okay.
about chest height.
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry, no. You're doing your thing.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there like enough that there is more I think there's more that's going to distract me than Aderyn. So if I do slip, it's going to be one way, not the other.
Okay.
I'm hiding behind a wall.
I'm going to how many squares?
You can move 6 square. It depends whether you're still stealthing.
Anna, there's a measurement tool on the side.
Aha, I am 10 feet away. Can I prestidigitation the smell of calming lavender herbs in Ximori's nose? And I'm just gonna start telling him a story in his mind, like once upon a
About
time,
Tabitha!
there was about Tabitha. You know what? Yeah. But
I want to know what's included in this story, because the legacy of Tabitha is growing at this point.
This is like the pre-story, before she became,
This is the prequel.
Yeah.
the Tabitha we know.
yeah,
Yeah, the background.
it's okay, Ximori. You just stay there, and I can help distract you. Like, Tabitha, like my dog Tabitha. I think you like Tabitha as well. Like, I think at this point we all like Tabitha, right? She wasn't always a doll. There was once when Tabitha was actually a real person. She was a girl in my village when I still lived with my mother. So back, it was back when I still wasn't very cool. And Tabitha was very mean, actually. She had lots of friends. She was like, like the it girl in the village.
You briefly get a flash of like the Tabitha puppet being ripped apart to shreds by Ximori.
I won't be. First of all, inspiration, because this is incredible. I'm so happy. Roll me a performance check.
The moment you're like, she was quite mean to me, just
8.
8.
You just got inspiration. Do you want to reuse it?
Yeah.
Feel free.
10.
10.
Not rolling very well.
Ximori, it's not soothing, but it is distracting. The DC next round will not increase. Better roll, you might have got advantage. Anyone else?
I'm gonna turn to Lesley and be like, should we help? It seems like the lizards are not doing well. Should we jump in?
I think we should, but I'm a bit worried about becoming. Do lizards eat lizard food?
I mean, I understood what they were saying before. I think I can speak to them. We could probably negotiate.
Oh wait, did they speak Draconic?
Yeah. Lizard
Oh, I also can understand them. Hell yeah.
I'll switch to Draconic and I'll go.
To be clear, it's a dialect of Draconic.
Yeah, but
it is
roughly.
like.
But
I'm not sure the
Lesley only
analogy
knows
fully holds up, but it is like Spanish and Portuguese kind of thing. It's like you could probably broker a conversation, but it's not going to be smooth.
Oh yeah. So it's okay because Lesley understands it, but can only say like pickup lines.
Yeah.
So this is
I took the language of the major religion and turned it into pickup lines.
Yes.
I will look up some
Most
Draconic
Lesley
puns
things will ever
later.
happen.
Respect.
I can go, you speak Draconic? Oh, nice.
You have beautiful eyes. Lesley replies in Draconic.
Your scales are radiant tonight.
Should we help them? I think if we help them and save them, I think we can broker something with the lizard folk. Maybe they can guide us around. Yeah? You agree? Alright.
Let's do it.
All three then. 1, 2. And I am going to start by cast. Oh, do I have spells actually? No, I've used all my spells. I'm just going to attack.
Cool.
I'll use. Oh my god, I've used everything. I've got no Hunter's Quarry left either.
Let's do this.
We are
1, 2,
so
3.
tired.
1, 2, 3.
I'm just shooting an arrow at Trog. Trog 5.
Trog 5.
It's been a long day for everyone.
They're quite damaged.
Everyone's looking fairly wounded at this point.
If we're starting to attack, do you want us to roll initiative as well?
We're going to play this fast and loose, I think, at this point.
Okay. It's a 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Yeah, and then what's my bow? I think there's D8 in it. No extras. I didn't bring my dragon. Can I whistle for my dragon? Will it hear me?
From here? No. Unless
very
he's been
keen area.
following you and not obeying your orders.
It's not the first time.
True.
No, it's
All of our stuff has been stolen because the dragon is now here.
no, 7 points of damage. To
7
Trog
points
5.
down. The lizard folk spin around, no idea where that's come from, and one of them like holds up a shield towards you, and then like saw that, and like they're confused, but continue on their way.
What should I shout? Draconic. I'll go. I'll just shout Draconic. I'll shout friends, allies, friends.
Roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage for now.
Why am I doing the? Why do I keep doing the charisma sort of in-person stuff?
Because you're the one who goes to the front.
I know. I'm just so bad. 12.
12. Okay. There is not a nod of acceptance, but an element of right now you shot the thing I'm trying to kill, so I'm going to go back to trying to kill it. Lesley.
Yeah. They don't seem to be attacking us. Unfortunately, Lesley can't really get to the other troglodytes that easily, which sort of sucks.
The walls aren't tall.
The walls would just require like an athletics or acrobatics check to try and vault over and not suffer movement penalties.
Hopper.
Is Trog
Who's
5
moving
still
me?
alive? Or does
Trog
Trog 5?
Oh,
Trog 5 is
actually,
still alive.
Can I make it to Trog 4? Is that possible?
5, 10, 15.
I'll take so many attacks of opportunity.
Spaces, though. 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25. You can get there in 30. You may take
let's
some
do
attacks
it.
of opportunity, though.
Okay.
Which way are you going? Out of curiosity, north or south around the group?
I think north is the least ambitious
5, 10, 15, 20,
athletically.
30. Okay. You will only take one attack of opportunity because one of the lizard folk was talked to in Draconic. The other one just sees something go past and lashes out at you.
No, but because Leslie's going to shout as he runs, you know what this shirt's made of? This is boyfriend material. As he runs past them.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
The attack has now made an advantage.
I have got inspiration. Do I use it on this?
The troglodyte is enraged.
I do kind of want a troglodyte boyfriend now. I've seen what they look like. No, a lizard folk boyfriend. Damn.
Lizard folk boyfriend.
It's the lizard folk for that hair.
They do have amazing hair.
Those
Sorry,
pecs.
persuading. Oh, yeah, athletic as well.
You do not need to. You will need to make an athletics check as well, just to jump over one, but you've only got to make one. It can be acrobatics, doesn't have to be athletics if you would prefer.
I think it's going to be athletics because I am not very strong. Disadvantage is a 10.
A 10. It's still going to make an attack opportunity at you because it is reacting on instinct to the thing moving behind it.
But I'm so sexy.
Oh, Tauri.
You know, this shirt's made out of boyfriend material.
As it is going to just lash out at you with the club that it has.
Lesley, is that?
That is only an 11 to hit though, so you do successfully vault out the way while saying it in a sway of silks.
Yes. Nice.
Sliding underneath like boyfriend material.
And athletics 21, so I really do.
Comfortably, yeah.
Can I wink? Can they catch
Yes,
the
you
wink?
can.
Nice. Cool, so Leslie's over, I guess, around here. They tried before.
Yeah.
Here's the lizard folk charmed.
And now we have to remember how to fight.
And goes, oh, what do I do?
Yeah, literally.
It's like, oh right, swords.
Yes, so I'm attacking.
The chief's there for you to flirt with as well, don't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Funny.
Can Lesley use a bonus action to? No, we've got it. I'm
Save
gonna
him
roll.
first. Save him first.
War first.
That doesn't look great. Does a +6
She's
to hit?
round.
Yeah, plus
Yes,
6.
to hit.
Yeah, your
Yes.
dex is +4.
Yeah, so it's plus 6 to hit.
7 + 6 is 13.
13 does hit.
It does hit. Sweet.
Yes.
And that is a. Damn.
D6 for a scimitar.
Thank you. I'm really sorry. I'm struggling today. 3 points of slashy slash
Plus your dex mod.
plus my dex mod, which is 4. So 7 points of slashy slash.
Nice.
I need to put this in.
It stumbles from the sudden attack from its side because all of its attention was on the leader of the lizard folk as you cut a deep gouge along its shoulder and arm.
And then bonus action, Leslie's going to continue spinning around, swirl of clots, and have another crack. Plus,
That's
we are going to hit with an 18 plus blah blah.
cool.
And 6. That's 6 points of slashing damage.
You finish around with this coup de grace and you bring the second blade and it slashes perfectly across the throat of this troglodyte. And it just stumbles and lands in the dirt.
Leslie's going to wink at the chief.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind.
Please do.
Rest of you, what do you want to do?
That pillar right next to Lesley. Can I see the Trog Champ over the top of it? It's a bit of a weird angle.
Roll me. You can see them. They do have half cover. Or actually, at that point, with the amount you're going to move across 3/4 cover, which is a +5 to AC.
Yeah, I'll fire an arrow at them.
Go for it.
Togrim
Have advantage
mounted railgun.
because Pebble is giving you advantage.
Togrim mounted railgun powers up.
Or a 23 to hit.
23 against the champ. I think that is going to hit. Yeah, even with +5 to AC.
Awesome.
Whistles
For
through the stones perfectly and clunks into the side.
8 piercing damage.
8 piercing damage.
Balrick gives a quick
takes
look
out
over.
half the.
Balrick gives a quick look over his shoulder, like, excellent shot.
You said 8, yeah?
Yeah. I
Um,
will actually get Pebble to move after taking the shot, though. I'll get
Okay.
him to come down the battlefield.
We need to add a pebble. Add the wolf monstrosity image. Where do you want pebble? There you go.
Like 40 feet straight down. Where's that?
Pebble's got 40 feet of movement?
Yeah, he does.
Jeez!
I guess just about to leave Trog 5 space. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Lizard Folk 5's going to lash out at the thing that's moving next to it. They don't know what's going on.
True.
So it is going to make a reaction against Pebble with their club. That's a 3 on the die. That's not going to hit. A clang! Just off the side of Pebble. Pebble goes sprinting through the underbrush. That, I think, just leaves Tauri at this point. Tauri.
Oh, right. I am moving forwards to. Well, can I have measurements, please?
Pick the set square, and then you can measure.
Yeah,
M.
I'm not going to move that far. Let's
East.
move to about there. I'm just going to scooch to here.
Mhm.
And
Thanks.
then. And then I'm going to cast. Ah, fuck.
And then I'm going to cast. Oh crap! I am also out of spells.
No, I'm not.
I cast Ofa.
That's
Just
15.
Tauri pops up from behind the wall, just flipping the birds.
Muffins. Fine. Plan B. I'm going to go and stand right next to Ximori.
Okay.
Good choice.
I mean, you can't stand in Ximori's space.
I know. I'm trying to stand about here because Bane is yes, and then I'm going to cast Bane
Ooh, okay.
on the Trog champ.
Yep.
1 and 6. Unfortunately, I can't get to 7 because that's what I wanted to hit those 3 down there.
Ah, okay.
But no matter what I do, I can't get to 7.
Okay, what is your DC?
13, and it's a
13.
charisma saving throw.
Well, the champ is okay at charisma. The regular Joe's not so much. So we'll roll the champ
So
first.
charismatic.
Champ fails with a 10.
Sweet.
And 5 and 6 is a 9 and a 13.
So 13 passes.
Okay, so sorry, 1 and 6. So 1 and Trog Champ. Oh, would you say 5 and 6 or 1 and 6? Sorry,
No, 1 and 6. So
1 and 6. So yeah, 1 and the Trog Champ are baned.
Cool. And then I will tell Ximori as I stand next to him. Yeah, go have some fun, and give him my last bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Oh dear.
There is a blessed ring, but not a baned ring. That's annoying.
stupid.
So they're going to be hexed.
Did Tauri essentially just went like, "Oh, alcoholic, here's some shots, go have some fun."
Kind of.
But they are baned, and you are concentrating.
Yes.
What I'm finding out is Tauri's toxic. We're trying to keep Ximori from going too aggressive. Tauri's just like,
Go kill.
What you have to do is you have to give him an outlet where you can, and this seems like a place where we can for a little bit, and then we have to keep him calm after this, see?
Okay. Stephen and Sarah, please roll d6s. Because basically, I can't be asked to roll attacks for all of these creatures. I mean, troglodytes get 3 attacks each. We would be here forever. So what was that? Was that 6 for Sarah?
Yeah.
Cool. Stephen?
6 as well.
6 and 6. Despite blows raining down on both sides, nothing really changes in the situation. This lizard folk, who is surrounded on 3 sides by troglodytes, is just fending for their life, unable to land a blow, but managing to block everything.
They are the main character.
They are the main character. The chief manages, seeing that one enemy's gone, in a confused state, rallies and pushes off the rubble and starts taking it back to the larger troglodyte, aided by the lizard folk behind them. In fact, this lizard folk, realizing that one of their friends is accosted, surrounded by so many, is actually going to turn tail and try to help out down here. But other than that, nothing really changes, which means we jump back to you, Ximori. Someone's just giving you license.
Yes.
Roll a wisdom save.
Natural 20.
Do as you will. As the voice, it's not even a voice, it's just this presence tries to grip its fingers into your mind and rest your muscles. You just breathe through your teeth.
I just breathe all the way out, and my shoulders stop moving. I stop breathing as I take out my second axe, stand up, walk past Tauri, and basically just embrace the troglodyte, but just with the axes in hand, just.
Okay. Horrifying.
That's a natural 20 and a 17.
2 nat 20s in a row.
How? What happens to the chocolate?
So as the axes come round, one goes into the hip, one goes into the waist, and then Ximori just pulls them apart, just tearing the axes through the flesh.
There is an eruption of gore as 3 pieces of this troglodyte rush to the floor. These lizard folk look at you, threatened. What do you do with the rest of your time?
Blood. That is my action and my bonus action.
Still have movement.
I still have movement. What's the next closest thing that isn't a lizard folk?
Where does Ximori casually walk to again? Ximori strolling, breathing deeply.
My irises have gone tiny. They just turn on the trog champ.
Yeah.
Just turn and start walking towards them.
Ximori's listening to Headspace.
What were jamming needles in the back of your head is now just a faint, static buzzing, just pushing you forwards.
Just
In your element.
just an exhale of relief as I move towards the trog champ.
Cool. Rest of you.
I want to follow Ximori, even though he's gone so far already.
Move so
Ximori's
quickly.
quick.
While still muttering things in his head to distract them.
Your only job now is
Use to keep Ximori sane. I'm gonna get in trouble if I don't.
Aderyn is Ximori's personal therapist right now.
Dad told me to keep him in check.
Aderyn's an ASMR YouTube video just chasing them around the battlefield.
Aderyn is the Headspace app.
Yes.
Aderyn is now breathe deep.
So I'm gonna follow to. Let's see how far I can go. Okay, I'm gonna try and go to there.
Make me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Yep.
You try to vault over the walls.
14.
14. You successfully manage to navigate your way through, squeezing past Tauri, and you use Pebble as a step down off the higher ledge as you gracefully step down to where you are.
And all the while I'm just continuing, I'm just Ximori, it's okay. Tabitha was really mean, but I didn't let it get me down, I told her
Continues.
that one day people would think of her as an abomination, and I make that my life purpose.
In my mind, you just see like Tabitha has just become like a giant like monster with the face of the doll,
Roll me a
and
performance
I'm just
check.
biting it. I'm just ripping it to shreds.
18.
18. Ximori, the thing that was this like mutated and swollen muscled troglodyte has taken on the face of this ugly teenage
Whoa.
girl. And you want to rip them apart.
This is so
They are Aderyn and you have to look after Aderyn.
Yeah, this seems healthier. This seems like progress.
I'm helping, right?
But crucially, that presence that was pushing on your mind, that was a voice without a voice, is being drowned out by this insane story of this girl that Aderyn used to know that became an abomination.
I'm just imagining this like, he's well behaved. He is not afraid.
Our God is an awesome God. Anyway. What are the rest of you doing?
Have we all gone through all of us?
No.
That's all. Who has the name?
I'm just going to move to here.
You also
Tauri
haven't.
hasn't gone because this was after they've had a turn
Yeah.
of being Bane.
Is this blocked?
Oh, they've had
Like,
a
is
turn.
this...
Yes, we've got
Yes.
Balrick and Lesley.
Their turn was nothing happened
And
because two
Togrim.
people rolled sixes.
These
I
bits,
think-
Geth.
They are walls.
How
They're,
high are
walls.
they?
they're very ruined walls. They're like waist high at tops. They're long desiccated ruins.
Cool, I just lie flat behind them.
Okay, so you just
Hoping that
go.
they haven't seen me.
Roll me a stealth check. I guess at advantage.
Stab brains.
They're pretty distracted.
Sometimes.
Just lies down in the mud.
I'm just gonna stay here. Just you guys.
Come back, guys. No.
I have very few spell slots and I'm sleepy.
Minor illusions of pillow. Doesn't work.
It doesn't do anything.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, but
One was a 7,
Wings
the
it
other was
next
a
time.
natural 20.
Cool. They have no idea you're there.
What?
Can you have 2 tokens in New Owlbear Rodeo? Where's prone?
And stealth. Just remove the token, I'm just not there.
You can have 2, but they just overlap and you can't really tell.
Oh, yeah. they don't show.
Concentration's more important. I know you're stealth. That's fine.
Bro,
Cool. Balrick and Lesley, you still haven't gone. Neither's
Yeah,
Togrim, actually.
I'm gonna move up past these lizard folk going, friend. Just it's the only word I'm saying. I'm not particularly used to speaking to them.
with a stock accent, obviously.
I'm gonna try and sneak, like, just budge past it, like, you know like that awkward sort of shuffle past someone.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Sorry.
I'm 2 feet taller than them.
They are confused who you are and why you're saying friend, but you're not threatening them directly, so they're just like watching you carefully.
And then once I get past them, I'm gonna shoot at Trog 6.
Go for it.
20, dirty 20.
Nice.
9.
Hey.
I'm realizing that I really need my subclass to do more damage.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
As you do that, Lesley and Togrim, anything you want to do?
Yes.
Grim railgun do next.
Alright, Leslie's
I'm
gonna
worried about
have a crack at this Trog champ.
Go for
I
it.
feel like the predator's just gonna come out of the bush and eat Togrim without us looking. I've got a horrible feeling there's just gonna be like a giant tiger.
Lesley?
Nat 20, baby.
Whoa!
So many nat 20s!
That's 9 points of slashing damage. And as Lesley turns and twirls around, he's gonna look at the chief and say, "Oh, what's your AC?" So I want to hit that baby. And goes in for another.
What's an AC? They're saying.
It says 16 plus
That'll hit.
22. Yeah. 23, yeah, 22. 6 slashy.
Nice. It's like bearing multiple, like, open, leaking, rather disgusting looking blood wounds as it, like, looks around itself and it's now surrounded and considering its options.
Togrim.
Togrim?
I'm gonna move across the river myself while Pebble charges down Trog 6.
Stone cracks underneath the weight, the like loose pebbles. As Pebble just leaps.
For dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah.
7 force damage as he slams into it with his claws.
Tell me how Pebble ends this story, Troglodyte's like.
Pretty much just jumps on it, claws in first, just rams it into the floor. Squashes it with his weight as he's
Like a husky
sprinting over,
waking
just
someone up.
yeah,
There is just some troglodyte
jumps on it,
mush
crushes it.
underneath now.
And that's my turn.
You know, when those like Arctic
Horrifying.
foxes like try to jump into the snow, it's that but a troglodyte chest cavity.
Does Togrim want to do anything?
No, I don't feel like there's a clear shot of anything. There's
Okay.
too many people in the way, so I'm just gonna hold.
Looping around. They're gonna run. What's left of the troglodytes are gonna run. They can see it's turned. They don't know how this has happened. They don't know what you are, but they're gonna run. The trog tramp just goes and takes the disengage action and starts booking it.
Damn, disengage action.
30.
I mean, he's not getting away. Ximori can move faster than that.
That's what they're doing. What you guys?
He doesn't know it yet.
They don't yet know it yet, but they can't run far enough.
And
Even at a dash, they would still be within range of a thrown attack.
it is up to you what you do. The lizard folk actually hurl some javelins at them as they retreat and successfully slay this one. So there's actually just 2 troglodytes fleeing at this point. What do you want to do?
Shoot an arrow.
I'm chasing down that trog champ.
Go for it.
I'm shooting at the Trog champ
I
and trying
will
to
check
steal this
that
kill.
with Ximori.
So these lizard folk can move down to give chase. The lizard folk chief only takes a step forward.
I'll move up there. I got a 16 to hit the Trog champ.
Sure. Everyone feel free to unleash.
That is a 11 damage.
I will prestidigitation the smell of sweets for Ximori to distract from blood, and I'll continue my story, and I'll just be like, oh, you know what? I actually told Tabitha that when she dies, because she will die before me, because she's just a human, when she dies of old age, her soul is going to be split up into as many versions of Tabitha I make in dolls, and then those parts of her soul will go into the dolls, so then she will haunt horrible places forever, and everyone will think she's ugly.
You just made me realise how bitchy half-elves would be if they went to, like, normal schools. How fucking horrible half-elves would be at school.
We're not gonna die, and you will, and it's gonna be when I'm still young and pretty.
I think it's just Aderyn. Hey, everybody else is nice. She's just like, hey, I will be beautiful and you'll be a crone.
Andrew, I think
Yes.
Shara's coming for your horror DM title.
It looks like it, yeah? That is a horrifying thing to realise.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Is Trog Champ still alive?
Just about. Won't be in a second, I feel.
I'm carving its face off.
Give me the damage.
Tabitha face.
Yeah, that's a 17 and a 19.
Yeah, they hit.
I kind of wish I'd just done my reaction to try and steal the kill from him.
Another 11 points of slashing damage.
Amazingly, Tabitha lives. As the chomp jam is just like, just you using your axes, aren't you? Just two huge gouts of blood echo and like splash along these rubbled ruins as the thing stumbles but like picks its feet back up and begins to start running away again.
Run away all at once. It can't.
Anyone else?
Someone kill it before we lose the Mori in the jungle.
I'm going to pop up with a crossbow and shoot the tramp in the face.
Just as it runs past the wall, just.
And then I to avoid Ximori's wrath.
That is a total of 17.
That will hit. Because it does have half cover, but that's still
For
enough.
9 points of damage. I physically cannot do any more.
Where does the shot land?
Does it kill it?
Yes.
It goes through its ear and out the other side, or where its ear should be.
So
It's like
Ximori, as you like, and it like stumbles for a second, and it picks itself back up just in time for, and it just tumbles to the side and just.
That's fine. There's another one. I still got movement.
Anyone else?
Togrim's gonna basically ignore everyone sprinting off because he's not gonna bother catching them. Can I actually like gather up some of the blood? I've got a couple of vials in my bag, and there was some troglodytes dead around here.
Roll me a medicine check.
From the look of it, Lesley and the chief.
Medicine or investigation. I'll let you have either.
Lesley and the chief just having a little moment.
Yeah.
We are.
Chief, Lesley has one.
24.
We're staring into each other's eyes.
Investigation.
4. You successfully gather. How many vials do you have?
I've got 2.
You successfully fill both vials completely full of chocolate like that.
Awesome.
If you want to, you can always.
Yes.
Keep one empty.
Yes,
You
that
can
is the
have that
plan.
empty.
I'll just get.
For the sake of brevity, this troglodyte does disengage and run, but Ximori, you're not compelled to chase after it.
Do troglodytes need to breathe?
Yes.
I drown it.
Okay. As it runs, you just leap from behind and just crash tackle it to the ground. And you like bring it under the water with you, which is only just deep enough to hold you both under there. And you fight its wrestling for. It goes limp and just bodily floats to the surface. And I guess we're out of combat.
Oh no, I don't think we're done with the battle map.
Are you okay, Ximori?
Stand up, looking at it, floating. Like,
Thank you, guys.
Just look.
I was typing out the notes.
Me and Sarah were having fun.
Is Lesley sensing like? Is what he's putting out coming back? You know, Geth.
Describe to me what you're saying in Draconic. Now that there's a moment of calm. That the lizard folk also have weapons armed. They're not attacking you, but they don't entirely know what your purpose is right now, so they're being cautious.
Actually, Leslie's like good gaming this. He's just like looking at the lizard folk saying, he thought, well, like to see how you move in other circumstances.
Who are you?
Sorry. Friends. Maybe more if you'd like.
You allies?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Roll me a persuasion check.
He's pissed. Please don't be a nat one. Please don't be a nat one. 11 plus. Sorry. 16.
16. Weapons down. We talk. He motions to his various compatriots, and they all just kind of like loop their bone spears and clubs and like in leather straps, and they all just kind of they encircle you, but there aren't enough of them to like cut off escape or make it that intimidating. But they're just like presence enough if anything goes down. Talk.
You sorry.
What do you want?
Has Lesley noticed that? Thank you, Tauri. Has Lesley noticed that Togrim's actually done the job that we came here to do?
Not at this point. No, you've been talking to the lizard folk, I'd say.
No, I have been making eyes at him.
Yeah.
We came to get some trog blood. It seems like you've spilt quite a lot here today.
They claim this territory as their own. It is ours.
I guess it's a good thing that we turned up when we did.
Are you insulting us?
No. The troglodytes are also fearsome warriors like yourselves. But they don't have such amazing shields and hair.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, once again, we're on a 16.
He is confused at what you're trying to do. Because, like...
Leslie's confused as well, but this is the only draconic he has.
Out of curiosity, who here does speak Draconic?
I do.
Cool.
You got loads of us.
Yeah, I mean, a fair chunk of you it makes sense for. I would, yeah. The language that you're getting from this lizard folk guy, as I say, is you're catching you're making sense of maybe 75% of it and inferring the rest through context.
And body language.
You're bemused why Lesley is using such flirtatious tone. But it seems to be working to the point of you're not fighting these creatures. He is bemused by what you're trying to accomplish here. It's like, okay, we claim this as ours, and we push them back. You're friends of ours now. And he puts out a hand towards Ximori, especially, who he saw properly taking down troglodytes, and goes for the arm-in-arm embrace.
Wow.
I mean, one of my hands is currently holding, just dragging another troglodyte back by its weird little head frills.
He does also do it. He goes to Ximori first, then goes to Lesley second, as kind of an appreciation of actual warrior combat.
I can understand none of what's being said, so I'm just
I'll be at Ximori's side going, he respects you.
Can I have a look around where we are? Is there anything interesting?
What, if anything, specifically are you kind of looking for?
Can I search their bodies? Especially for the one I killed. Yep, especially the champion. Thought it might have something fun. And then B, if Togrim has found what we're looking for, just checking there's no other hidden things, any other symbols or anything.
Okay, so you almost trying to discern what this place was. Right. Okay. Roll me investigation, and then there might be a subsequent check from that. Well, actually, no. Hold on. Roll me investigation for the troglodyte body. Let's go through the various things that you're trying to do.
when I see Tauri start to investigate things rather than just talking, I'll just pipe up and be like, I've got some vials of blood. I don't know how much we need, but I got a couple of them.
I
Sweet.
drop another troglodyte at your feet.
I rolled a
Thanks.
23 for the first investigation check.
23. You head over to this larger one, and as I say, it's a fairly like beefy troglodyte. It still stinks. Like their flesh and whatever like mucus covering it has is the smell of like refuse and rotting meat. It is not pleasant to be around. What you find on them is you find a pretty decent club, like jammed in like spurs of stone into like a chunk of wood. Other than that, it's not really carrying much, but it is. I mean, it's a specimen of a creature. It might have some elements in it if you wanted to try and dissect and pull out things, or like it's got long talons, that kind of stuff.
Hey, Balrick. Do you want anything?
I'll think. Before I do anything like that, I just wanna clap Ximori on their back and he's like, I'm proud of you there. You held yourself in very well.
Yeah, thanks. It was easier with you in my head, got to admit. So, no, Aderyn.
Aderyn, I thought she might help. I thought nice.
I guess it's not always
I
awful.
assumed she was like telling calm stories and like saying calm things.
No.
No?
Yes.
God, it was horrifying.
Aderyn, I told you to calm him down.
I was.
Calm them down.
I made them smell lavender.
Anyway, you
Very
can
nice story about Tabitha, so
Oh, not Tabitha.
that helped.
The lizard folk turns back to you, Lesley. What'd you do with bullets? They fit for nothing but throwing in water.
For some folk, bits of the bodies have medicinal powers, and they quite like having, hunks of teeth and trophies, kind of thing. You can throw them in there.
As it like goes down to one of the troglodytes and just like pulls out one of the talon claws and just jams it into their shield.
See? It's useful. It's like recycling, They're not using them anymore. No? Oh, we should really introduce you to a good scheme.
We use things, but these are...
Gotta agree with you there. Did we ever get a description of Fiddler?
I'll pipe up at this point. I'll go.
We're here for other reasons.
Yeah, we're looking for passage. We've got a person that we're trying to track down. I don't know, just a person, a humanoid who travels through these parts fairly regularly.
Travel through Artificer. Hunters, foragers.
This would be a lone person, suspicious, strange person.
Regular.
Mm-hmm. Regularly, yeah.
I know. They came through. Days past.
I would have.
Week.
Hey, that sounds like the person we're looking for.
They were headed to the hag.
What was that?
The hag.
The Hague.
Egg?
No, it's the Hague.
Where
The lake?
Hag.
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 Sorry.
The Witch of the Woods.
Oh, well, I think we're looking for the Witch of the Hag as well. I think
That
that's probably
way.
it.
He points north.
Okay. Any? Is it just that direction? Anything we should be mindful of?
Yes. He does not like trespassers. Make sure you are welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate your time and we'll leave your territory to you.
If you come through again, Kesa is your friend. And he throws an arm out to you, Balrick.
I'll take it. And thank him.
He breaks off one of the scales from his crocodile shield, like a patch of scales, and like pats it against your chest for you to take.
Thank you. Very much appreciate.
You see that this thing is like, it's not just crocodile skin, it appears to be like daubed in some kind of orange dye that gives it a little bit more unique nature to it. Back to you, Tauri, just briefly. With that initial investigation check, and we'll come back around to the other element that you were looking into, you do also find the next symbol on the list of symbols that you were following, which right now I can't remember what's actually next on the list. I think it's an I.
Okay.
Sideways I. It's the H. That is leading you northwards off the bottom of the map as you saw it. That seems to be pointing into the woods from there.
Cool. I also try and throw the great club towards Ximori. Seems more your kind of thing.
How bad does it smell?
It smells bad, but if it's a useful item, if nothing else. Not as good as your axes, but you never know, you could find use for essentially what is a log with stone jammed in it.
Just like with this one that I've dragged back, once I assume Togrim's like taken a fair bit of blood out of it, I'm just gonna like sit it up against one of the walls and just give like an exploratory swing.
It is an effective tool. Like the heft behind it and then the jagged stone just like breaks through flesh and pulverizes.
It's a good swing you got there.
Thanks.
If you want to add it to your character sheet, it will function as a warhammer.
Ooh. Aderyn. Not that I like magic or anything, but can you make this smell nicer? It smells really bad.
Do you have actually any preferences?
Not how it currently smells.
I'm
Clean.
gonna go
Clean
for
would be good.
mint with a pinch of sandalwood.
Mint and sandalwood.
Yeah.
That is a powerful smell combination.
Yes.
As that pungent smell takes into your nose, and you breathe the first time in a while, you realise the other thing you feel is that pit of hunger in your stomach, in your chest, has faded.
I'm not hungry either.
So the good smells work then? They help?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I have no way to disprove that, so yes.
So
And with that interesting revelation about Ximori's nature, I think there is a good place for us to stop for this time. We'll continue telling this story next time. And until we do, see you later.